Welcome to SME Future's Budget Update. All eyes were on Budget 2021, the 21st budget of the 21st century. Considered the most critical event for the Indian economy and the common man, as we are in the middle of a pandemic. The nation had been thinking of what new ideas will the budget come up with to help the economy rebound and regain the lost plot. The question has been answered. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman brought a never-like-before budget on the grounds of healthcare, job creation, policies for micro, small and medium enterprises and much more. Let's take a look at the Budget 2021 highlights. In the budget speech, Finance Minister outlined 6 pillars of proposals to strengthen the vision of Atmanirbharta, namely health and well-being, capital and infrastructure, inclusive development, reinvigorating human capital, innovation and R&D, and minimum government and maximum governance. For financial year 2022, the capital expenditure provided has been up by 34.5% at 5.54 lakh crores. On the health sector, the allocation to healthcare in this budget has been increased substantially. The allocation is likely to be around 2,23,846 crore, a 137% rise from the previous budget. Another big announcement was around the vaccine. Rupees 35,000 crore has been specifically set aside in this budget for the COVID-19 vaccination expenditure for financial year 2022. On railways, an allocation of around 1,10,055 crore has been made. Of this, 1 lakh crore is set for capital expenditure. While Finance Minister also announced plans for East Coast Corridor, East-West Corridor, North-South Corridors, also making an announcement of 100% electrification of broad gauge routes to be completed by December 2023. Announcing major infrastructure boost, Finance Minister also announced highway work in various states including 35,000 km corridor in Tamil Nadu, 1100 km in Kerala at investment of 65,000 crores, 675 km in West Bengal at a cost of 95,000 crore and 1300 km in Assam in the next 3 years. The government is also set to introduce a development financial institute in this budget. Giving an aid to banking and companies, the government plans to allot 20,000 crore for bank recapitalization of PSBs. The Finance Minister also proposed to revise the definition under Companies Act 2013 for small companies by increasing their threshold for capitalization. Shedding light on the MSMEs and startups, the Finance Minister proposed doubling of MSME allocation in this budget by setting aside 15,700 crores. The government also proposed to reduce margin money requirement from 25% to 15% for startups. Also making a big announcement, the government plans to allow incorporation of one-person companies with no restriction on paid-up capital and turnover. Non-resident Indians will also be allowed to incorporate one-person companies in India. A major expectation was for the agriculture sector, and to which the Finance Minister has set agriculture credit target of Rs 16.5 lakh crore for financial year 2022, which will further increase provisional to Rural Infra Development Fund to Rs 40,000 crore from the early 30,000 crore. Furthermore, micro-irrigation corpus has been doubled to 10,000 crore, while Agriculture Infrastructure Fund will be made available to APMCs. Also, 5 major fishing harbours are likely to be developed as hubs for economic development. On textile side, it was announced that India is likely to set up 7 textile parks over the next 3 years under the scheme of Mega Investment Textile Parks. The government aims to get 1.7 lakh crore through disinvestments in 2021-22. Another major announcement was on the privatization of 2 PSU banks and 1 general insurance company in financial year 2022. The government will bring the long-awaited LIC IPO too, while on amendments, Finance Minister proposed to consolidate provisions of the SEBI Act, Depositories Act, Securities Contract Regulation Act and the Government Securities. The government also aims to amend Insurance Act to allow higher FDI, increasing the FDI limit in insurance to 74% from the existing 49% and allowing foreign ownership. Giving a relief, the Finance Minister stated that the minimum wages will now apply to all categories of workers and women will be allowed to work in all categories with adequate protection. The nation had been expecting relief on the tax front. However, the government has left direct taxes unchanged, but took steps in direct tax incentives to ease compliance for taxpayers. Also, no tax filing for seniors above 75 with only pension and interest income came out of the blue. A dispute resolution committee for small taxpayers has also been planned in the budget. The government has also specified to notify rules to eliminate double tax for NRIs on foreign retirement funds in the budget. Also, the government is likely to extend eligibility on tax soap on home loan up to financial year 2022. With which the affordable housing projects can further avail tax holiday for one more year. The Finance Minister also proposed extension of tax holiday for startups by one more year. A tax exemption for reallocating funds to IFSC and tax holiday for aircraft lease businesses in the GIFT City was also announced. It has been proposed to review more than 400 old exemptions to customs duty, and from October 1 will put in place a revised custom duties infrastructure fee at any distortion. The government has also planned to reduce customs duty informally to 7.5% on products of non-alloy and stainless steel, exempting duty on steel scrapped in March 2022. The Finance Minister also added that to provide relief to copper recyclers, the government will be reducing duty on copper scrap from 5% to 2.5%. To light up the gas stoves, the free cooking gas LPG scheme Ujjwala is likely to be extended for 1 crore more beneficiaries. The Finance Minister said that City Gas Distribution Network of providing CNG to automobiles and piped cooking gas to household will be expanded to 100 more districts. Announcing another major decision, the Finance Minister said that the long-awaited voluntary vehicle scrappage scheme to be phased out old vehicles to curb environmental pollution. The fitness of personal vehicles will be checked in after 20 years and those of commercial vehicles after 15 years. Commenting on education, the National Language Translation Mission has been set up, 100 new scenic schools, and the implementation of the NAP is on roll. Lastly, on the fiscal deficit side, Sitharaman pegged for financial year 2021 deficit at 9.5% of GDP, with financial year 22 fiscal deficit target at 6.8% of GDP. Hope is that to get back to fiscal consolidation path by financial year 2026.